South Africa, South Africa, South Africa. Unenzeni umprofeti kaNkuluNkulu uThimo Mothosho? Unenzeni kangaka? Unenzeni kangaka? Wenzeni kinina? Niyamazi, uyanazi yini? Unenzeni? Sengiyacela, ngicela nithathe mina ningibophe. Namhlanje ngiyayinikela esikhundleni sakhe ukuthi nifike nizongithatha. Fikani nithathe mina. Thathani mina. NguGrace Mkhwanazi igama lami. Ngihlala eMlazi. Ngiyakhonza le eBhalitho ebandleni likaMprofeti uThimo Mothosho. Uma nifika nizongithatha ngeke ngize nginqabe. Engicelayo kunina ukuthi nikhiphe umprofeti kaNkuluNkulu. Maphoyisa ase South Africa. Lawo maphoyisa abambe izandla zomprofeti ayibopha. Ngiyacela nizenzele ifavor kuNkulunkulu. Nikhiphe umprofeti kaNkulunkulu nifake mina. At least mina angeke uNkulunkulu mhlamba anishaye kakhulu menithatha mina. Kodwa umprofeti kaNkulunkulu ngiyacela nguGrace Mkhwanazi igama lami. Ngiyacela mkhipheni nithathe mina. Ngiyayinikela esikhundleni sakhe. Ngiyayinikela esikhundleni sikaThimo Mothosho. Ngithatheni noma ngingifaka kuliphi ijele. Anginayo inkinga. Thathani mina.
Hello everyone, welcome to Gossip with CD. So let's go to the Eastern Cape as well as KwaZulu Natal in a township called Umlazi. La uGrace as disgrace khona. Anyways guys, not so long ago, probably this would be like 8 years or probably even 10 years ago, I learned something by accident. I don't know if it was by accident or it's just me being curious, Sometimes I want to hear what people talk about when they are talking with each other, especially those that are not from South Africa. So a group of Nigerians were just having a conversation and I was going to buy cold drink and then there was a queue there. And behind me, there were about 3 or 4 Nigerians. I assume one of them was a pastor. So this pastor, they're having a conversation and basically mocking South Africans and basically this is what the conversation was going, if I remember. One of the Nigerians, whom I assume was a pastor, tells the other Nigerians that God will take from what did he call us? Come on. God will take from, but something like we are non-believers or something like that, and he would give to his chosen people, meaning Nigerians are the chosen people. So everything that South Africa has, God will give it to the Nigerians in South Africa type of situation. And I thought, this is so interesting. And then the other one goes, I don't know if Shabebe Mina or I don't know. They were just having a conversation. And this queue could not take any longer than it did. When the other one is like, hey, the other time my brother wanted me to borrow him money. And I said to him, bro, I am going to give you a plane ticket money to come to South Africa. Make sure when you come to South Africa, you are carrying with you a Bible. Because I'm going to show you an open space where you can start a church. And when you do so, your aim and your target is South African women, because those, and call them the B words, they are so gullible, they will believe anything you tell them. As long as you say you are anointed, you use like keywords such as anointed one, man of God, you are in, my brother. Your church will fill up like something you are doing, like you got some kind of magnet. Now, in my head, I was like, you got that one very right. If you want your church to fill up, don't go for the men. The men are not interested in all of those things. Men are interested in soccer. Men are interested in alcohol. Men are interested in man stuff. but the women, because women, unfortunately, they are desperate. They live in desperate times because of poverty. And in most cases, these churches, they don't teach about salvation. They're about miracles. Miracle this and miracle that. Buy this oil and buy that water. And then the women go for that because they are desperate. They want a better life for themselves and their children. And now they see a man that purports to be a man of God and they follow this person. And correctly so. If you want to open a church, don't target the man, target the South African women. Are they gullible? Yes. That's the honest truth. Gullible. Same goes when it comes to politics. Politicians do not go to men to campaign. They go to women to make those promises to women because they know that women are desperate for a change in their lives and they will take any promise. All of this comes from the concept of ukshela. Ukshela is basically you are lying to the girl about how you are going to bring heavens and earth to her. And then she would believe you because she sees herself living a better life through you. Also, she thought. So it comes from that concept. And now we have Grace. Oh, Grace. Oh, gosh. Sometimes these are the sort of conversations I don't like having in most cases. But when you guys ask me, CD, can you talk about this? Because we would like to hear your thoughts. And my thoughts are simple, very, very simple. I don't have to complicate things. South African women, yes, not all women, but South African women who do things like Grace are gullible. Because Grace does not understand, number one, that she is a South African citizen. She has committed no crime being a South African citizen. Omotuso has a law that he needs to abide by, which is called Immigration Act, because he's not a South African. And the reason why he is arrested is not because he's arrested, he was acquitted from the accusations that he had. He came to South Africa just like all the other Nigerians that came to South Africa in 2010 and never left, violating the Immigration Act, which is the immigration law. And she is not being, nobody's sitting her down and explaining to her that by the time Omotuso started the church that you are now gullibly following, he had already violated the immigration law. By the time he was arrested in 2017, he had long violated the Immigration Act, and therefore he has to be arrested. So now when you want to throw yourself and act all like you are a sacrificial lamb for the inverted commas, men of God follow the law, ma'am. It's in the Bible. Obey your government and its regulations. It's there in the Bible. So what kind of a preacher and a custodian of God, God's teaching, who doesn't know that scripture that I need to be legally in South Africa? So can somebody please sit her down and say, stop being melodramatic, number one. Number two, teach her about the immigration laws, that there is no way that she would replace him. So that when he goes out, she goes in, he's still violating the immigration law. Irrespective of what happens, if they have to exchange places, as a South African citizen, she's committed no crime, but Omotuso goes out, he's still violating the immigration laws because he is not a South African citizen and he has violated the Immigration Act of this country for years. Forget the 8 years that he's been in jail for, but prior to that and after, because after you've been acquitted, you know your status in South Africa. It's not for you to create crusades for 7 days and have the audacity to even mock the people of South Africa by inviting its president to this crusade, knowing fully well that your legal status in South Africa is non-existent. So what is the South African law should do? Fold his arms because he's Omotuso? Come on, ma'am. Hey, stop embarrassing us. You are the epitome of gullible women in this country that easily follow what is told to them because keywords have been used. Let's call a spade a spade. Let's call a thing a thing. Ubthakathi lobu. Nthakathiwe shem. I don't wanna lie. Nthakathiwe. I don't care who says what. Ubthakathi lobu. How? Can somebody please tell her, sit her down, educate her about the immigration law and her self citizenship? Maybe she will stop doing this embarrassment. Hey, hayi ngeke ngempela oma bethu. Hey hayibo, hayi ngeke bafethu khuzani. Zikhuze kwawena. Zikhuze kwawena. And that, guys, I'll see you next time. Goodbye.